Just explain us a bit, if you don't mind, the reading, and then we go along. And if you have questions after the first round, what we told you, feel free to ask any questions you have on your heart as well. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Please go ahead. You have the mic.
Okay. Should I go ahead? Did I hear you right? Okay, good. I think my question for all of you is about, more than anything, my spiritual path, my strengths, and how to probably get where I need to get. Um, I think that's probably what is one of the burning questions that I have in my soul.
Okay, perfect. So we're looking at abilities, gift, maybe mission,
Yeah.
on the spiritual path.
Yeah, I think that is perhaps what I need the most to understand my mission. It's always been right in front of me, but I think, I don't know, I probably need mm, more guidance on that as to how I move forward.
Okay, we will have a look at it. This, I will not start first. I let somebody else start this reading aside from me because we know us already a bit. But I will, of course.
Let the baby start the reading.
The baby. That's a good idea.
Well, he was continuing with the so you're on the right track.
See that baby and I connect. That's all I need.
Exactly.
Pure energy.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Is there someone that is part of your life that is bringing you down?
Yeah.
Is it more like a lover or a family member? Someone
Uh,
that you're very close to?
I would say, I don't know if he's a lover because we haven't had any physical contact, but somebody that I love very deeply. Uh,
Okay.
I would say, that has an effect on me.
Yeah.
Um,
Does it have any financial effect on you?
no. Mm-mm.
Perfect. So I see here, I'm asking this because the card of the lover came up right next to the death card. So, and the Five of Pentacles. And then when I also have my Oracle cards, is nothing will come out of the situation. So this is all of a cluster. And I think that you need to either separate yourself from this because you're feeling somehow depleted and you're going to have to let go of whatever situation that he is creating, or they are creating, whatever. And I just feel like this is weighing you down in your potential. And because of that, there's another card that came up, which was the first quarter moon. And this one is the answer to your question is yes, but not yet. So I think that before you get into using your spiritual power or your spiritual path in a more um, a broad way, you will have to do some healing of your own. And this person came up, whatever is your relationship with them, but the death is pointing towards that card. So you have to let go of it, or
Is
him, or
it
them.
is it this person, or is it that dimension of me as a human being, which is my search for a relationship? Because
Yeah.
even though I do have curiosity constantly about, what he's doing, or I have not stopped living because of him. So, um, but I would say more than the relationship as as a dimension of a human being, I think that weighs me down because I don't seem to succeed at that, which is, I think, more what resonates with me.
Well, if that's what resonates with you, then that's what it is. Yeah, 100%. If that resonates more, then that makes more sense. And the cards are here, and I interpret them as much as I can. But whatever it is that resonates with you is what you need to step forward into, most likely. But that's just one part of what came up, because then I have the other part here, and I did get the Hierophant. So I did get that you are definitely very powerful, and you have a lot of spiritual not power, but it's definitely powerful. But then around this, we also have the Ace of Cups, which I think represents a lot of doubt in your own abilities yourself. And yet there's also the Ten of Cups. And so whatever abilities you have, whatever it is that you are inquiring about, it brings you a lot of happiness, and it brings you a lot of joy that you're able to help others, and that you have these abilities, these gifts, but you're also doubting yourself at the same time, for self-worth reason. And that might be all together with, all linked with the Lover's card. And there's a lot of self-worth that we attach with our love life and our emotional life, and we seek as human beings a lot of not validity, but we seek a lot of I can't get the word right, but in others we seek what we can't give ourselves. And so this is telling me that you are almost there, and that you really want something, but something's holding you back, and you're going to have to let go of either a version of yourself that you're not attaching to, because then you also have the Nine of Swords, which is detoxifying and purifying yourself. So this was matched with the Eight of Swords. And so you're too much in your head, and there's so much duality with the Justice here, that there's a balance that's not happening. There's a duality, there's something that is in conflict, and there's some self-worth here that's not happening. Or you've maybe opened yourself more to your spiritual path, and it's opened up wounds, and it's opened up a lot of things that came up to you, and now you have to face it, and it's difficult, and it's like, well, is this worth it? Is this spiritual path worth all of the hurt that I'm going through? And the answer is yes, it is. You are extremely powerful person. You're extremely powerful being. And the also other card that I have is the energy is gaining momentum. And so you're at a peak, and you're over there, and it's at the peak right now, and you have to take one path or the other. You have to make a decision. And this Justice here was in between the detoxifying card and the Star card. So the Star comes after death, right? And it comes after the Tower and after all this nasty stuff. And so it's the card that once you've gone through all of this, energy will flow so much better. And as long as you don't go through what you have to go through, you will always be stuck where you are. And even if it's scary, do you want to be miserable where you are, or do you want to hurt really badly and then be fully free and completely let yourself go? And that's what's beautiful with the Lover's card that I have, is that they're two birds, and they're completely free, and they are free to be themselves, and they are free to love and be loved. And to do that, the last card I have, to step out of your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Out something and be uncomfortable and go there, because our boundaries are there, that the ones that we put ourselves, they are there for, I mean the ones that we put ourselves for ourselves, they are there to be broken and to go further, because we put them there out of fear, and fear is just in your head.
Okay.
That's what I have to say. That was a lot. So sorry, but that's what I have to say.
That was great, Lawrence. Thank you very much. Really great. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next. Okay. So what I picked up was that, if I can ask you two questions, do you have children, or do you work around? And
I have one daughter, and I am a teacher.
there we go. Perfect. Okay. So, are you looking for? There may be a potential of a new love or a renewed love coming up for you. All right. Perhaps even a new passion or a new car, a new home, even a new job. If that's what you're busy researching, maybe you're researching for something new, a new venture. It could be one of those. It could be more than one of those that's coming, so that you can become more stable in your home life. Um, uh, does that resonate with you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. You just need to think positively, okay? Go with the flow, all right? You are being protected, even though you are going through a stressful time right now. And I do agree with what Lauren said, in the sense that um, that someone is putting you down because you have this self-confidence that needs to be boosted. You need to believe in yourself. You need to don't put yourself down, okay? You are helping children, and that's what's coming across. You are a healer in your own way, okay? Not only in your own way, but you are also busy healing through the spiritual growth that you are busy going through, where you're surrendering and releasing your wishes and your worries to the universe, to God, whomever you connect with, okay? um, I'm not sure if you're going away. Maybe perhaps you're going away in the next few months, in the countryside, or even another version of it is that you need to relax. You need to rest, okay, regarding the situation with your career, with this person. You need to relax and surrender and release. That's the main message as well. But I did get vacation coming up again in two other decks. Okay, you are a leader. You have lots of love around you. Those children love you. Okay, your kids love you, but because you've got so much love and you're giving out all this healing to these kids, it's being returned to you in different ways. You're being rewarded by the universe. Okay, even though you also got a few mixed emotions up in the air. All right. But you need to look after your health. You need to look after your health on a physical, spiritual, and emotional health. Eat right, rest, exercise, sleep. Okay. But just know that you have opportunities your way, and you will know. Follow your intuition. Don't put yourself down. You deserve more than what you think you deserve. You deserve more. You always deserve more. All right. Just know that the decision's entirely up to you. It's up to you. Okay?
Okay.
It's up to you. And the situation will improve. So there's a positive outcome coming your way. It may take a little bit of time, but it's definitely coming. Okay? And there's definitely big happy changes coming your way too. Big happy changes.
Okay.
All right. You just need to believe in yourself and surrender and release. Okay.
Thank you, Terry. That was really nice as well. Who would like to go next? Highest Priestess Pericles?
I can go. My pleasure.
Okay, go ahead, please.
So, funny enough, I picked up a lot of good cards. So you got two kings, King of Earth, King of Fire. You got the Emperor and the Queen of Water. So what I can see is that you have access to both sides of your brain. So your masculine side and your feminine side are both very strong. So you're good. You're very, very intuitive, but yet you're also good at structure and leadership and organizing and putting things together. So you have access to both sides, one might say. And then right after, I got the world, which pretty much means that you've done a great job on both your spiritual development and who you are as a person. You're growing very quickly, and your awareness over yourself and areas of your life is actually helping your soul and your avatar evolve towards the right direction. Now, I do want to mention also with the partner that Laura spoke about. So I would say it's good to stand your beliefs and say what you want. However, sometimes what we want is not always what we're gonna get, because when it comes to spiritual development, when we go one direction, the spirituality sometimes pulls us in the direction opposite, and that's actually where we experience the most growth. And this comes together with my last card, is that when it comes to spiritual development, the Four of Water, usually everything we need is given to us right at this moment when it's for spirituality. So our avatar, our body, is perfectly fit to grow exactly as it's supposed to grow. So to answer your question, how to further enhance your spiritual development, how to further align with your soul's purpose, everything is given to you right at this moment within your avatar. However, what you think, what you seek, and what you believe might be the way, the exact opposite might end up be turning around. So
Wow.
I would say go within your heart and just flow with your being and trust that whatever outcome happens is for your spiritual development. Because spirituality, I would say, is 100% within everything that's given to us. It's not something which is going to come or something which is in the future. For soul development, I would say everything is just perfectly right where it is. We have an amazing design for it. But you've done great work. So I would say keep listening to your intuition, keep balancing the two, and be ready for maybe one or two surprises, which will be for your soul development.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what's wonderful, this whole reading began, and I love new beginnings that begin with the Magician, which then followed with the Ace of Water, which echoes actually what's come up a couple of times, and also with another one who pulled some cards here of new love. And as the Ace of Water symbolizes the beginning of a new love, and those feelings of the excitement of the starting of something that's new. It's not just a new romantic love, but there's a new renewal of passion and the love within you, and you are being asked to allow your desire, your passion, or your attraction to carry you along in its flow, trusting that it will take you to exactly where you need it to be. And then as I continue, because you asked for your strengths, the strength card actually was the one that came straight out, and which was really beautiful, and there with the lion there. And this came as well with what another had mentioned, the King of Wands and the Hermit. And where this is going, that the Hermit, where I'm going here, is placed in the present moment with wisdom. And when wisdom appears in the present position, is reminding you to look beyond your personal scope, beyond your current opinions. You may have been conditioned to believe in dichotomies. You may have been conditioned to define, label, and judge. You may have been conditioned to think, behave in certain ways, but a wise person looks and seeks to embody and define, discerning within, seeing beyond their conditioning, beyond their opinions, to the truth. So there is more knowledge that is to be coming to you. There is more ability for you to take that knowledge into experience so that you can have the understanding and transform it into the wisdom. And so your spiritual development is about to get kicked up a gear if you so choose, but you have to decide to, there's a discernment within yourself as well, deciding what is necessary, what is it that you really should be exploring, and what is new agey fluff or just no longer is serving you. Because what is going to be coming then further from that is a beautiful evening of you attracting more of what you are beyond what you can even imagine, how beautiful this is going to be, what you will be attracting to come and be able to both of your sights are going to be able to get set beyond the horizon and more. And so flight, travel, really beautiful things to come. But that begins with you and some really, really cool things to be able to experience first.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Before I will add more, I have to say I'm pretty amazed on all you guys picked up together. That was pretty good. We had more readings, and I know we see already more. So I will try to complete the things what were not touched on, even though there's not so much to stay. I agree that it's completely within your choices, and I know that the worlds and what already was revealed to you since you opened this spiritual box might be terrifying, and it's it takes a lot of confidence to continue this road. Nonetheless, I'm told you from the start that you are a spiritual warrior and your strength is enormous when it comes to endurance, willpower, all of these things. That's what makes me believe that you will continue your spiritual path and face the darkness as well as the light side and continue in the middle where you're supposed to go. Um, so uh, there is definitely healing what is still taking place. That is still an ongoing process, but that is not just whatever life did to you, but it is also other things. We all come with spiritual scars. We live in these times which are very challenging, so that is normal, so to speak. Um, Now to your strengths, and I think it's enormous strength in your voice and enormous healing abilities. What you can bring to the people just by being in their presence and speaking to them. So definitely the guidance part, definitely the healing part are two things what come naturally to you. We don't need to give you lessons for 20 hours for you to do that. You did it all your life, okay? So that is definitely a major part of your mission down here is to build up people again, give them the strength. But that said, the strength needs to come out of you. And I have several times now here on the table the kindness to yourself. I know that you are often too strict with yourself and you take yourself apart in two small pieces and you seek whatever you can find. I know your analytical mind is amazing, but um, don't use it as a weapon against yourself. You know, that's all I'm asking in the spiritual part, because the spiritual part um, flows the best when you can off the swords. And I know that your playfulness is your great strength aside from your faith. Right, that's why as more you can keep up with the playfulness, as better this path will flow. I agree with what was said that the past love and maybe the upcoming love will be a turning point in all of this here. But the real turning point is what you do within you. It's a lot of the inside work what matters more than what happens on the outside in the moments you are in at the moment. Uh, I know that your abilities to pick up the etheric realm, what we call the clairvoyance, is very strong, for example. I also know that your energies, in terms of healing, as healing energies, are also very strong. Both of these things come to you natural, and it's also in your blood, so to speak, already. So this is the main things I'm seeing here. What take decisions on your end. If you're really ready to go to that road or you want to pause it rather, but you just need to know whatever you decide here, the time is of no essence in spiritual development, okay? So you have all the time you need and things will anyway happen in the perfect moment. That doesn't mean we believe in destiny, no, but there is a path and a mission and you will walk this path in the perfect moment. So there's no need for pressure of any kind, what you sometimes put on yourself, you know. And there's more you can go and let this free flow happen and this inner child and the beautiful laugh comes out. That's when you are in the spiritual development, you know. And that's why I'm saying it's not a part what has just begun since we met or since you opened yourself to another realm of spirituality. It's a path you walk already your whole life. You know, if we look back at your life, you would see that everything geared up to where you are today. There's absolutely no accidents in any of that, and that's the important thing to remember. And the other thing, what I give you with on the way, is the moment you open yourself completely to this next part, things will go quickly, and there's a lot ahead of you in the year to come. A lot of positivity. I agree with all my colleagues here, and I think that as more you open yourself to this part, as better you will experience the whole thing, because it will shift your perception. Because next year is a lot about how you perceive things. Okay, it's not really what happens, but it's what do you make of it, and that is the key for you. It's the perception, and since we know both that you have divine perception, I hope that you use that one more than the logical brain, even if it's wrong. That's what I would add on my end.